Okay, if you want to add the flight plan and the RNAV either before you take off or midway through your flight, and you have the working title G3000 mod loaded, it's pretty simple. Just go to MFD, flight plan, add origin, KHPN, enter, add destination, KPHL for Philadelphia. I'll show you right up there. Enter. And now you want to, let's say you're home, and you want to add the RNAV. You just go to procedure, go to approach, click on the approach area, scroll down. Sometimes it's hard to get this little part working. RNAV 27 right, load, and that should be up there. Now you can add the, like I said, you can add the RNAV when you're up in the air. You don't have to do it when you're on the ground leaving KHPN. Anyway, there it is loaded up. And then, once you get used to it, it only takes a couple of minutes to get it in there. Pretty simple. Good luck. All right, we're gonna test the RNAV to make sure it works, so you can practice it before you fly an hour from KHPN to KPHL, and then all of a sudden you don't know what's going on. So set your departure to KBLM, arrival KPHL Philadelphia. Make sure you choose low altitude. Make sure you come over, and it'll have direct up here at first or automatic. Make sure you change that to RNAV 27 right. Make sure you choose RNAV 27 right, and it'll show you the RNAV in magenta. Click fly. It'll take a second for the G3000 to load, about 15 to 30 seconds. Here it comes up. And this is the working title G3000 mod. Also, put it in your community folder and make sure you don't have any conflicts. So let's see where we're at here. So we probably only need to go up to about 5,000 for testing. So we'll change up to 5,000. Now we'll go up. Yeah, we'll go to 5. The inertial separator now turns on automatically, and the parking brake that during one update now beeps at you. You can't hear it now, but it'll drive you crazy. So turn that light off. As soon as you release the parking brake, it'll the beeping noise will go away. So we'll set our heading. Let's see, we got our altitude in. Check our flaps. Flaps takeoff. You're down. Inertial separator on. And my screen because I have a button where I can move it back and forth like this. My screen floats sometimes, but I'm used to it now because I'd rather be able to move around on the outside or the inside. So we'll release the parking brake. I had this at, sometimes it'll be full power, so I'll be ready to adjust that. Get to about 90 knots and we'll take off. Okay. Pause the brake, gear up. Watch your speed. Now you could go so arm nav. We could do flight level change. And that'll pretty much set the vertical speed for us. Turn the autopilot on. I've got a button, but I'm just showing you. I've actually got a button on my HOTUS. Flaps up. Probably should have pulled them up before. G3000 is really nice. This is the G3000 out here. You hit the middle MFD. Now we can scroll our map in and out. It's really, really nice with the G3000. Like I said, I've got flight level change. What it does is I don't completely understand it, but it sets your when you get the power you like, you hit flight level, it'll maintain the power and it'll adjust the vertical speed itself. You can do either one. If you want to do it manually, you can just click vertical speed and choose, what you want. Like it'd be 1400 or 1800 where we're leaving KPHL. And then when it gets to altitude, it'll turn the flight level change off automatically, so be ready for it so you can adjust your throttle. But this is good practice because it's closer. You don't have to fly for a whole 45 minutes, hour and a half, depending on what speed you're going. You can just see if practice your RNAV approach. Now the good thing about RNAV is basically all you have to do is when you get close to it is you just arm your approach. Whereas if it's ILS, you have to put in your localizer frequency in NAV1, change from GPS mode to localizer mode. It's just easier. Plus, a lot of medium airports offer RNAV, but they don't offer ILS. And like these big airports have both ILS and RNAV. But some medium type, see, there's our speed coming back up, so we want to watch our speed with our front throttle. Okay, we're coming up on our RNAV approach. It's cloudy. I can't see anything in front of us. It's going in and out. So this is just perfect for it. Of course, I'm pretty sure not long from now we're going to get below the clouds, but still though. We're coming up on our beginning of our RNAV approach. As we make this turn here, because we got lucky and we have a straight in RNAV approach once we make this turn. We will arm our approach mode here soon. arm the approach mode. Set our altitude to 2100 to get down to Jalto and be at 2100. Set our vertical speed and watch it. We don't want to go down too fast. Okay, we're going to pass Martin here soon. There's our airport in front of us, only because I've flown this a million times, working on all this stuff. I think it's still cloudy though, so it's not, complete visibility, but it's getting better the further down we go. Getting ready to start on Martin. You can see our glide slope. It used to be a diamond, it was down low. It's now turning magenta, and it's slowly going to rise up. And it should be even with our 2100 altitude. And then when we get to Jalto, it'll automatically kick in, and it'll start to lower. All we have to do is watch our speed because we don't have auto throttle. Now below 168 knots, so we can deploy our landing gear. So we'll lower our landing gear. Landing gear down. A little fast there on the descent. Change it. 3 green. Landing gear down. Inertial separator on. You can see the glide slope magenta is right even with the 2100, which is what we want. We're going to reach our altitude here soon. Our glide slope, once it captures GP, will go from white to green and move up. And we're a little high, but we're getting flaps on. Yeah, this is where you have to start watching your speed with your throttle and manually handle it. See, it wrote the flaps too. See, glide slope captured. Okay, now it's trying to run away from us, so we've got to manage our speed. Okay, it's automatically bringing us down. Make sure our glide slope is centered. 28, we want to land at about 90. Glide slope still centered, so we're good. Pull back on some speed. Oops, RITT, I got the speed up too high. Alright, last flap setting. Start managing our speed to get it to the speed gets real touchy around here. It was trying to get away from us. The glide slope was going up because we were getting too fast, and it was going up. 120, 119. Pretty soon we're gonna disengage our autopilot because we have to manually fly it in. It will not completely land a plane for you. You have to manually fly it in the last part. Alright, autopilot disengaged. Flashing red, letting us know it's disengaged. 110. Go back on the power some, slightly slow. Get us around 90. We're doing good. Our glide slope went up a little bit, but it kind of jumps around here. Now it's going back down. Let's manually fly this thing in. And set her down softly. Now watch me crash. Bring it up a little bit. Down to about 90. Get our speed down. Get ready to pull the throttle all the way back. All the way back. Layer. And hope we don't bounce. Ooh, that's pretty good. And there you go. F2 key will set the reverse thrusters on the TBM 930 the propeller. F1 will put it back to idle. Put our brakes on. Start turning everything off. Here, that's off, that's off. So separator should be on. We'll clean that up when we get it off the runway. Then we'll pull it here. We'll clean up our flaps. Such. And there you go. That's an RNAV landing.